In this screencast, I'm going to show you how to view detailed information about a person and their immediate family in PhpGedView. To view detailed information, we need to go to that person's individual page. To do so, we just click on their name. So now I'm on Janet McCulliam's individual page. At the top, you'll see basic information. This is the sort of thing that is more or less known about most people in the database. In the center part of the page are where the detailed records are. So in this case, they've added two records. They've added a birth record listing a date and location of birth and a death record. There can be many more. If you look at this list in the bottom, you'll see the types of information that are available. So, for example, if we knew Janet's occupation, we could add a record called occupation, and then it would show up in this table. So this is where you get to see information about the person. If we want to learn about that person's families, we look at the family records. So if you look on the right side here, you'll see first her parents' family, listing her father and mother and siblings. In this case, Janet doesn't have any siblings. Below that, you see her own family. This is links to her husband and her son. You can view the same information by clicking on the Close Relatives tab. And it's more or less the same list. However, they do expand out each person and provide the basic information all on one page, which is somewhat useful. So let's say we wanted to find out a bit more about her son, William. We would just click on his name. And now we're taken to the individual page for William Hartley. The layout is the same as for Janet, although we can see right here some additional information was added for, in this case, a divorce record from his wife, Margaret Stewart. If we wanted to learn more about that, we could click on this link. And then on the top, you'll see we've got a bit more information than we had for Janet. So what is this? In this case, he's saying he was born on 1st of November, 1883, but it also gives us some more information that his father's age at William's time of birth was 26, and his mother's age, Janet, was 22. So when PhpGedView knows, for example, relative ages, it'll add them to those spots on the individual record. Now, I've shown you how to look at families in a list view. If we want to actually see a dedicated family page, we can click on these links that have an F by them. If you'll notice, if I go to the top here, William Hartley, it says I and then a number. So this is I means individual. If I want to go to a family page, I look for links that have an F in them. So let's click on this link. So now I'm looking at the family page for William Hartley and Margaret Stewart. What this will show you is the immediate pedigree of William Hartley and Margaret Stewart. So we get to see William Hartley as mother Janet, father David. We don't have any information about Margaret's parents, that is. And then it will list any children associated with that family right here. So, and if there's additional facts about the family, they will appear as records in this section. So, in this case, there was a divorce record added. We don't know anything more about the divorce. We don't know when, but there was a divorce noted here. And finally, I'm going to show you one interesting chart that's available off of the family page. When you're on a family page, if you go to charts and then go to show family on a timeline chart, the timeline chart shows the dates of events for everyone in a family in graphical form. Each person in the family is given a color, in this case the father William is light blue, Margaret's light green, and William the son is light red. So if we scroll down, we can see, for example, the son William's birth date, and then 20 years later his marriage date, etc. So especially when there are a lot of people in one family, this chart is a particularly useful way to view dates. And if it spans many years like this one does, we can shrink up the scale a bit by clicking on the magnifying glass, or alternatively zoom in. So now by clicking zoom out a couple times, we can get it all in one page. So hopefully this screencast has shown you a bit about looking up person's information in PhpGedView.